Hi everyone, I'm Saral, and we're going to have a very brief summary of the NLAT judgment. We decided that it's better that we give you an authoritative view on what the Supreme Court has said with respect to the NLAT and Clat, instead of you speculating amongst yourselves or hearing gossips from unreliable sources. So we decided that we'll give you a very short cap on what has happened. So I'll just take you through the judgment, what has happened there. Before going through the judgment, let's look at some background facts. Or, as all of us know, NLS is a member of the Clat consortium, and this year, because of COVID, Clat has been postponed several times. So, on September 3, 2020, NLS announced that it will conduct its own entrance exam, which is NLAT. Now, NLAT's pattern was supposed to be different from Clat. It had only 40 questions in 45 minutes, or 10 questions per passage. There was negative marking even for unattempted questions. And most importantly, the format of NLAT was different in that it was a proctored home-based online test, as against CLAT, which was supposed to be taken in an online fashion, but at centers that were organized by CLAT. Now, students were, of course, unhappy about this. Some of them challenged it. Uh, 5 students challenged NLAT in the Jharkhand High Court on September 4th, 2020, which is the next day after the press release. On 11th September, Jharkhand High Court said that, look, we cannot entertain this petition. This has pan-India issues with respect to all of India, so we cannot entertain it. So separate proceedings were initiated in the Supreme Court. On 11th September, the Supreme Court said that NLS can go ahead with conducting the CLAT on 12th September, provided that the results would be subject to its subsequent orders. So detailed hearings were took place on 16th and 17th September, and a judgment came out today. So the court framed 5 issues. The Supreme Court framed 5 issues. First was locus standi, that is, whether or not the petitioners were capable of bringing this writ petition before the court. Second was the role of the academic council versus the executive council of NLS. Third was whether NLS was bound by Clat consortium's bylaws. And the fourth is whether the right to equality under Article 14 was violated. And fifth was with respect to malpractices and cheating, etc., that took place in NLAT. So let's look at what the Supreme Court found. On the first issue, Supreme Court said that, look, even though it is not clear whether petitioner number 1 is a member of, is a candidate for CLAT, the Supreme Court said that petitioner number 2 was a former vice chancellor of NLS. So the court said that given that this is a PIL, he is fully competent to espouse the cause of education by means of the writ petition. Further, the Supreme Court said that, look, you remember those 5 students who had filed a writ petition in the Jharkhand High Court? Even they have joined this petition. So the Supreme Court said that there is no problem of locus standi. These people are interested in this matter. It is not as if they are busybodies poking their nose where it does not belong. They have a locus standi, which is the capability of bringing this case. The second is that for internal approvals in NLS with respect to NLAT, NLS had gotten an approval from their executive council. But the petitioners argued that it is the approval of the academic council of NLS was also required. So the Supreme Court looked into the legislation that established NLS, which is the NLSIU Act, and it examined the roles and powers of the executive council and the academic council. And on the basis of some technical legislative interpretation, which we need not go into, the Supreme Court held that the nod of the academic council was necessary, and approval from the academic council was necessary, and the procedure that was required was not followed. The third issue that the Supreme Court found was that NLS, by virtue of being a member of the Clat consortium, had subjected itself to some obligations that were provided in the Clat consortium's bylaws. Now, those bylaws said that a common entrance test would be held by all of its members. So NLS argued that, look, we get it, but we have a unique academic system. We have a trimester system. So if we do not begin our academic year right now, it will lead to a 0 year. So basically, NLS said that it was necessary for us to hold NLAT. Otherwise, we could not have had an academic year. The Supreme Court held that, look, you can change your academic year. All universities in the country are going through a problem because of COVID. And even the UGC has permitted universities to change academic calendars. So this 0-year problem does not really exist. You change your academic system accordingly. Then, with respect to Article 14, the right to equality, Supreme Court observed that Professor Krishnaswamy, who was the Vice Chancellor of NLS, he had submitted an affidavit before the Delhi High Court saying that, look, Clat could not be conducted in a proctored home-based online format because the tests would be completely compromised. Because he said that, oh, there would be cheating, there would be manipulation. So Supreme Court said that, look, if you held that view with respect to Clat, how can you completely change your view within 1 week for NLAT? So Supreme Court said that this test NLAT could not have ensured transparency, fairness, and integrity. Further, the Supreme Court said that out of 69,000 students that applied for Clat, only 24,603 students applied for NLAT, which basically meant that a lot of students were deprived of an opportunity for taking NLAT because of the short notice. The notice was only 6 to 7 days, and the technological requirements for NLAT. With respect to cheating and malpractices in NLAT, the Supreme Court said, look, we've already decided in favor of the petitioners in issues 1 to 4. There is no need for us to go into these malpractices. The Supreme Court did not examine the issue of cheating and malpractices in NLAT. The final order, therefore, is the admission notification for NLAT is quashed. NLS will take admission on the basis of the Clat score, and Clat has to be held without fail on 28 September 2020, and the admission process will be completed as soon as possible, and the course will be started in mid-October 2020. So you all need to be prepared for that. There is no postponement going to happen now. The Supreme Court has decided that Clat is going to take place on 28 September 2020. So what's the way ahead? What should we do now? First, you should remember Clat is a week from today, right? You need to spend time on preparing. Please don't gossip on NLAT and its judgment. We have told you all there is to know about NLAT and its judgment and what the court has said. Please don't speculate. Please don't spend time on this, right? And with respect to what to do in this last week, we have a video on our YouTube channel on some last minute tips. Please watch that video and there would be some very important tips for you. All the best. Thank you. Thank you. Glad you were here.